I'm gonna try to do this video without no edits. This is a very complicated and complex conversation in regards to Girl Lala's father, and it has really brought up some things for me. I'm hearing a lot of my sisters speak out, both cis and trans, on this internet, and it puts you in such an uncomfortable situation because a lot of us, we love our mothers and we ride for our mothers and we know that our mothers have shown up for us, and been there for us. But then we have to acknowledge that patriarchy does not have a gender. When we see all of these gaslighting, uh, 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 phallic sucking, penis worshiping, self hating versions of womanhood in the comment section who are siding with these emotional Negroes, very emotional, hyper emotional. But y'all love seeing that the reason why a woman is not capable of running this country is because they're overly emotional. But what we've seen from Girl Lala's father is someone who does not have a hold over their emotions, someone who is not able to be stoic and strong and put his feelings to the side to show up for a child who was what it was. The the female genes dominated, and when we get a closer glimpse into who you are, we understand why. Huh? The mother was strong, and the father had a lot of unnurtured feminine emotions. And that's what we see from a lot of men. Like, y'all love saying that women are hyper emotional and all over the place, but when a when a woman has been nurturing her femininity, it is not chaotic and childish. It's divine. And a lot of men who have that feminine energy inside of them, because they had mothers, they had grandmothers, great grandmothers, but that energy is not nurtured in them, it's suppressed. And so when that energy comes out, it looks bitch. It give you hoe. It give you pussy ass Negro, for lack of a better word. We just gonna go ahead and keep it gutter. It's underdeveloped feminine energy. My God is God on today. And so I just want to take this moment to say to the ones who are moving, through this reality as fathers and patriarchs, because I have two fathers in my life, and one father has not really shown up for me in the physical sense of being a protector or being a provider, but has said some things to me that have kept me going and have given me purpose and have showed me of my validity in this world. And so I value him for that. I have two fathers. We ain't took no paternity test, and we ain't taking one. Cause as far as I'm concerned, they both my daddies, and that's just how it's gonna be. Then the other father has protected me, have pulled pistols out on people, have given me advice, have invited me into his home, have when I need transportation, has given me vehicles so I could ride, has really stuck his neck out for me. And so I love them. And I'm not going to say everything has always been Krispy Kreme, honey buns, and lollipops, but I'm thankful for the father figures I've had in my life. I'm thankful for my mothers who have taught me to go to war. I remember when I was little, my grandmother and my grandfather was having a fight, and through social conditioning, society was trying to tell me that men were all automatically stronger than women, and so when we get into this whole conversation around trans women in sports and trans women playing athletic games, I grew up seeing very strong women. I Most of my fights as a child was with women who were bigger than me, stronger than me, taller than me, and I had to fight for my life to win these fights, cuz typically female body beings mature quicker than males. So when I was going through puberty, I was a buck 05 soaking wet. And a lot of my fights was with girls who was twice my size. So miss me with that whole conversation. But anyway, um, there's this idea that when me and my dad was going through it, I think a lot of times my dad, he felt left out because um I remember my point, but I want to say this right fast. My daddy, sometimes he won't get away with calling me he because he sees my potential. He sees my power. He sees my magic, and he want to feel connected to that. So he want to be able to call me he. My mama is proud to call me she. She's proud to call me her daughter. She's proud to talk. She always compliment me on my beauty and my transition and how I look. She's always my mom celebrates me. She could see herself in me. She could see her gifts in me. And so she's honored to call me she. And that's why I don't worry about these simple shadows and ghosts that be on here trying to play in my face. But my mom is honored by who I am. So my dad, he wants to feel that connection. But unfortunately, to say he is to erase the work I've done to honor my mother. See, he is inside of she. And funny enough, she could open her legs and push a he out. My God is God on today. You can't do that the other way around. He is inside of they and them. If you take the T and the Y off, or the T and the M off, he is inside of her. You cannot do that with he. You cannot pull she out of he. You can't pull they out of him or he. You can't. But you can do it the other way around, mind you. Anyway, back to my original point. When I was growing up, society was trying to convince me that the women were weaker than the men. And I never forget, my grandmother and my grandfather were fighting in the bathroom. They were going down. And they went into the bathroom, and I thought that my grandmother was getting her ass kicked. I thought she was getting her ass handed to her because the machine, the box, society was telling me that men are superior. I was learning this in church. Women wasn't allowed in the pulpit. The pastor wouldn't let women. Women were supposed to have their hats on with their face beat and be quiet. So I'm thinking, men is the superior sex. Child, I jumps on the phone to call my great grandfather because I want my great grandfather to come down the street and get my grandpa before he hurt my grandma. I called down the street. My great grandmother came down the street with a double barrel shotgun in her hand, a white nightgown on, blowing in the wind. She was indigenous and mixed, I think, but she had long wavy hair tucked down her back and with gray silver streaks in it. And she came down the street with that double barrel shotgun, and she cocked that shotgun with that nightgown blowing in the wind, looking like an angel. And she said, Cedric! Cedric, get your ass out here now. And when they came outside, my grandfather was holding his nose, and my grandmother said, talking about me, because then my pronouns was he, because I was a little child, still coming into who I was. She said, talking about me, I don't know why he called you. I had it. My grandfather was about to get shot. If his ass wouldn't have been whooped, he was going to get shot. That's how powerful the women are in my family. So when you are confused about why I resonate more with my foremothers, I hope that clears it up for you. Because I come from powerful foremothers. No shade to my forefathers, because I love them too. I love them down to the ground. But that moment shaped my life. And it wasn't in a negative way. It was in a way that needs to be spoken more. It's about balance. It's about the truth and not lies. Power comes from both sides of my DNA, my mother's and my father's. It's not a one up, one down, one less, one more. It's about equal. Sometimes this one might get down and sometimes the other one might get down, but together they make a sound foundation for the next generation. Lalem Lela Nation, purple ones. Right.